The next item is an item to revise policy KJ, volunteers in school. It is an action item. I'd be glad to hear a motion at this time.
I move that the Board of Education of Walton County School District 6 approve the revisions to policy KJ, volunteers in schools as presented.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Dr. Pilch, we'll turn to you once again, please.
Thank you, Mr. DeWitt. So this is just a revision to an existing policy to do some cleanup and actually to codify some of the work and practices that we've already implemented. So we wanted to clarify that any parent or guardian assisting with students in the classroom or on a field day or field trips must go through our volunteer program and be registered as a District 6 volunteer. Also, we've also added in here language that indicates that to be a part of the district volunteer program, you must be at least 18 years of age. That allows us to actually do background checks on our volunteers. And that under no circumstance should anyone who's under 18 years of age who is volunteering as a part of a school program in a school, they should never be left unsupervised with students, and they should always be in the direct line of sight of supervision. And then finally, the last piece that we've changed up is that each site will appoint a staff member as a volunteer coordinator at the site.
Well, we had the chance to discuss this a little bit earlier this evening, but one of the things I thought I'd mention is this does end up costing the district a little bit to do these background checks. It's one of our obligations to be certain that our schools are safe and secure.
Absolutely.
We're not trying to limit our participants in any way by saying we want you to be well-trained and safe in your participation. But these are just, this is the order of business these days. We need to make sure that our volunteers are prepared and ready to go.
And we have hundreds of volunteers in our schools, and just as you heard about the kickoff event, the numbers of volunteers that helped with that event. You know, if folks are interested in being a volunteer through our district volunteer program, they can go online and do that through the district communications office.
Cool. Beautiful. Any other comments from anyone on the board? Well, I think that we've moved and seconded this particular item. Roll call, Ms. Brea?
Mr. DeWitt?
Aye.
Mr. Haefele?
Aye.
Mr. Hall?
Aye.
Mr. Lydiak?
Aye.
Mrs. Solis?
Aye.
And the motion carries 5-0.
Thank you very much. Is the next item the last item already? Okay, career pathways update. This will be fun. Dr. Pilch, you handed us some information, and we had some information to review from our prep documents. Take charge of this, won't you?
Yes, I'm excited to take charge of this. So I'm happy to introduce to you all, I think for the first time at the podium, our Assistant Superintendent of Secondary Schools, Dr. Rhonda Hannaford. She has some of her staff with her here this evening to support her in this presentation, should she need a little backup there. You know, we're really excited about our Career Pathways program here in District 6. Rhonda will provide you with a little bit of background and history and kind of the state of where we are right now. And then she'll also begin to point out to you what are some of our next steps, and particularly what you'll see, I think you will see your district mission and vision and goals within the work that's coming in the future, as well as our district strategic plan. So Dr. Hannaford, I'm just going to turn it right over to you.
Thank you. Good evening, school board members, President DeWitt and Superintendent Dr. Pilch. Thank you for providing me this opportunity to share with you an update on our career pathways. I also want to recognize a few people in the audience. Bob Billings, he's the Director of Student Support and Partnerships. And Jenny Schillings, she's the Assistant Director of Student Support and Career Technical Education. And they are the ones that have continuously supported the development of our career pathways. And this work is largely due to their commitment. So I just wanted to say thank you for all that they have done. So as we have continued to develop career pathways, we do so with a goal in mind that each student creates a meaningful, individualized plan that guides students and their families in the exploration of career pathways to be both career and college ready. So what we've done is taken a comprehensive approach beginning in the 6th grade with a focus on career exploration and leading to a successful launch in the 12th grade where students have succeeded in pursuing their career and college goals. Last fall, the Board of Education approved and purchased Naviance, which is an online data management system for college and career planning. As a result, our students are now able to explore career pathways and design a personalized 6th to 12th grade program of study that prepares them for both college and career choices. In the 6th and 7th grades, students will use Naviance to help them align their interests, their activities, their learning strengths to potential careers. Our 6th grade students and 7th grade students also participate in college and career Explore field trips to Ames Community College and to the University of Northern Colorado. This provides students the opportunity to see college courses aligned to their interests and further engages them in the pursuit of their goals. Career exploration continues in the 8th grade with the support of Naviance to help students identify academic courses that further support their college and career plans. And then all of our 8th grade students take a field trip to the high schools to see firsthand the many career pathway choices our high schools provide. They engage in Career Explore activities with the high school students and ultimately become more excited about those opportunities. Students in the 9th and 10th grades are each enrolled in a college and career class. Both are designed to provide students the time they need to set college, career, and personal goals, as well as begin the college search process, build resumes, and better refine their interest and goals to potential careers. In the 11th and 12th grades, our students will focus their college lists, begin to write scholarships, update their academic plans to meet their career pathway choices, as well as participate in the high school college fairs that the Colorado Council of High School and College Readiness organizes. This year, the college fair will be hosted at Greeley Central High School on November the 3rd. Wow. And this provides over 40 in-state and out-of-state colleges for our students to have access right to them in their backyards. So we provide 11 career academies, and within those 11 career academies, there are 31 career pathways. We are also partners with Ames Community College, where our students may participate in an additional 7 career academies through concurrent enrollment. So this document that you have a handout of is now a live document. It used to be all paper-based, and so I'm going to show you a little link here. So what we wanted to provide our students and our families was an easy way to find out if they were interested in a career pathway, what classes would I need to take, what would that look like. So for instance, if I click on the Business Academy for business education, that pathway, you'll be able to see, or the families and students will be able to see the pathway courses that are offered within that pathway. If it is eligible for certificate opportunities, the concurrent enrollment classes, as well as the post-secondary salary occupation ranges. And so instead of having just hard copies and having to go to different places, we wanted to live in one place where anybody could just click on it and have a really thought-out program of study right at their fingertips. We would still want them to talk with their counselors and their families about what courses and career pathways make the most sense for them. But this is newer to our system, and we're going to be working with our counselors on the 19th, and we'll be showing them what this document is, so you have a heads up on it, because we want to put it online so that all of our families can access it, and we want our counselors to be really knowledgeable of what these pathways are, and we can easily update it. Our enrollment in career pathways continues to grow. Each number that you see in green shows an increased enrollment for this school year. So we had an overall increase from about 4,769 instances to 5,142 instances. And so an instance means that it's a student who could be participating in one career pathway and a second career pathway, and that would count as 2 instances. Further, we have nearly 1,600 students who have achieved completer status, which means that they completed a pathway and are candidates for earning an industry certificate. A significant accomplishment of the Career Pathways development is the Career Explore internships. The Achieving Community Excellence, ACE Foundation, provided 85 paid student internships for our students this last summer, of which 35 were funded through grants received by ACE. The ACE grant-funded internships increased from 4 from the previous summer to 35 this last summer. So the handout that you also have includes an overview on the back of a description of those internships. And I'd like to take a moment to sincerely thank the ACE Foundation, especially Dr. Susan Walker, who is the ACE and G-Town consultant, as well as Mr. Roy Otto, the Greeley City Manager, for their extensive support and development of the Career Explore internships. We have a lot of great highlights to share too. As I mentioned a little bit earlier, we have had an increase in students signing up for more career pathway choices, and it increased by 373 instances. We also established a new construction pathway at Jefferson High School, where students are building 2 homes with Habitat for Humanity near the former John Evans Middle School location. And again, we are increased our summer internships from 35 to 85 students, and our business partners increased from 15 to 32. And then those ACE grant-funded internships increased from 4 to 35. And we surveyed our business partners, and we received feedback that 98% of our business partners would participate again in the Career Explore internships. And 88% of our business partners gave an overall performance score for our interns of good to outstanding. And so we have a great foundation to build these next steps from. So some of our next steps include the 6th to 12th grade implementation of Naviance. So Naviance has just rolled out, and we've trained both our 9th and 10th grade teachers who teach the career and college planning courses, and we're in the process of training our counselors. And then our next step will be to get this document, online document, into the hands of our students and their families. So some of the ways that we're going to do that involves the development of our career pathways. So one of the first things is supporting students and families on the use of the Career Academy tool that we just looked at a little bit this evening, helping them be very familiar with it and how to access it. We are developing a survey for our interns as they exit the internship program, similar to our business partners, so that we may continue to improve upon our internship program from the student perspective. We are also going to evaluate our current career pathways. We want to make sure that we're offering the pathways and academies that are connected to our local and regional top industries. And we have plans to develop the use of what are called precision exams so that students may earn an industry certificate which provides them a skilled entry-level apprenticeship within their career field. So we had about 1,600 students who are ready to do that. And last, we will research, recommend, and implement future career pathways based on this learning. However, it is important to note that in implementing new career pathways will require additional resources, and we will be allowed, all this will be allowed when the mill levy override passes. Another one of our steps is to strengthen our business partnerships and explore the idea of expanding internships throughout the school year. So they have a great foundation within summer, and now we want to see how can we do that throughout each of the semesters. And of course, we want to strengthen our family partnerships so that they may best support their students throughout the college and career planning process. We see as one of the original goals was that students and families are going through this process together. So what we like about our next steps is that they are aligned to the priority 2 of the district strategic plan. So we think we're in a great place. We know we have a lot of big work in front of us, but we have a really strong foundation that we're building from. I just want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to share a little bit about our career pathways and a little bit how we're going to take our next steps on the strategic plan. Thank you.
Well, like as not, we may have a comment or question for you if you don't mind, if that's okay, Dr. Pilch.
Absolutely.
From board comments or questions?